The families of those who were on the Malaysian flight that went down over Ukraine are gathering in Kuala Lumpur, waiting for more information from Malaysia Airlines. They are not hopeful that they'll get any good news. And after a morning of accusations flying back and forth over who's to blame, Russian President Vladimir Putin stepped into the fray. In the last hour, Putin asked both Ukrainians and Russian separatists to lay down their arms while the world focuses on finding out what happened at that crash scene. ABC's Taman Bradley has more from Washington, D.C.
Today, the Malaysians said Flight 17 had a clean bill of health and its communication systems were functioning normally before it went down. Along the debris path, the fuselage, human bodies, clothing, passports, all clues about what brought down the Boeing 777. All 298 people, including 3 infants, were killed.
When you see wreckage and people still strapped in their seats along a path of 5-10 miles like we have here, it indicates the airplane most definitely split up at higher altitude.
U.S. officials say the working theory is that the plane was shot down by a surface-to-air missile. Officials are still trying to determine who launched the missile and from where, but governments around the world say the initial evidence is clear.
Not an accident blown out of the sky.
This looks less like an accident than a crime.
Investigators are trying desperately to get to the crash scene, but it's controlled by pro-Russian rebels who say they've recovered the plane's data and voice recorders and will send them to Moscow.
An international team must have full access to the crash site, and no one should interfere with the area.
The rebels and Russia deny any involvement, but Ukrainian officials claim they have evidence. 2 intercepted phone calls, including this one, in which a separatist at the scene reportedly tells Russian military intelligence, "We have shot down a plane," at Amsterdam's airport where the flight took off, and in Kuala Lumpur where it was supposed to land. Desperate family members are gathering. We are still awaiting word about whether there were any Americans on board. The UN Security Council is holding an emergency meeting today. They want to know what happened. Taman Bradley, ABC News, Washington.